Welcome back to the Tuesday edition of Daytime. It's opening night in Kanata at the Kanata Theatre. The play is called Almost Maine by John Cariani, and we are joined in the studio by one of its principal actors, Nicholas Maillet, who joins us in the studio. Nick, it's opening night. What kind of feelings do you get on opening night? We're going to talk about the play in a moment, but I think for an actor, it has to be a completely different kind of feeling.
Yeah, I gotta say it's adrenaline, it's nerves. Right before you go on stage, it's the butterflies in your stomach. But I gotta say, the second you get on stage, it's just pure bliss. It's like the biggest natural high that you can have to share that with an audience. So it's the nerves right beforehand, and then it's like the ending of a perfect date, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Only if it goes well.
Only if it goes well.
Well, the Kanata Theatre's had a history of things going very, very well. Yeah. And Almost Maine is one of those plays that's selected to follow in the footsteps of all the other great productions that have been done out of that theater. Tell me a little bit about this play. It's about love. It's about all kinds of different ways to love.
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely. So there are 6 actors in our play, playing over 22 different characters.
Wow.
So each scene takes place over the same 10 minutes in a town that's made up called Almost Maine. And each scene is between 2 different actors, sometimes 3, diving into like little bits of different parts of love, like maybe romantic love, first love, love gone wrong, trying to figure out what love is, to be honest. I made a joke in rehearsal that like all my characters have no idea what they're doing, and they're just trying to figure it out one line at a time.
Isn't that the way it goes in real life?
Exactly, and that's what I think John Cariani really did well in this, was he wrote a play about experiencing it. So like the words are there, and as actors we really just get the chance to like follow through on those, and it just makes sense. Everyone relates to one thing or another in this play.
Your characters that you're playing, do you find it's a bit of a stretch for you?
One of them was a little bit, because I am playing it with this fabulous actor, Jenny, and our age difference is quite a little bit. So I took some extra time to really figure out. It's kind of this hard to watch scene sometimes. It's more of how do I describe it? More of a heartbreak scene. It's almost like the end of a relationship, and she has all this experience, just like having lived longer, and I'm 27, trying to figure that out and match her level of just knowledge of life. So it challenged me to up my game and really meet her there at this level that she's already been bringing from the very beginning.
Now, the wonderful thing about this production is the fact that it's all original music by J. Leonard Hopkins, a local musician. What kind of impact did they have in this production?
So Jay worked really closely with Wendy, the director, from the very beginning. I think they spent over a year working on the music together, and just combing like each little bit of music for the scenes. It's really lovely. It underscores it, it moves it along, and it's always just nice to have a writer in the room with you getting exactly what you want done. So I think Jay really bunkered down and figured it out for the audience to like convey every little emotion that we need to happen in this show.
Well, that's a really tough thing to do, is to marry music with a specific dialogue that you're trying to promote.
Yeah, and I think they did it perfectly. Really, they did.
One of the things that I found really interesting about this particular production was the fact that on any given night, you're going to have the 6 or 2 of the 6 not involved in the play.
Yes. So yeah, every night we will be alternating one scene. It takes place right in the second act. So one night it'll be two guys doing the scene, and it's actually written in the play that there's a female version after a few renditions of the play. So we chose, Wendy specifically, she chose that we will be doing a different version of that scene every night. So on opening night tonight, I do believe that we will have the ladies performing, and then tomorrow it'll be the gentlemen, and then every night it'll switch. And it's kind of the same scene, kind of not. They were rehearsed differently, so it really is a different scene altogether, but at the same time, it still shares that core value of what we're trying to convey.
Indeed, but I would have to think that there would be completely different nuances.
Exactly, man. I think it was really fun to watch, because I wasn't in these scenes, but it was really nice to see what each of these pairings brought to each other, and they are different, but they do it so beautifully. Like, each one I love to watch every single night. It is really just great to see that.
We've got a little bit over a minute remaining
Sure.
here, so let's talk about the Ron Maslin Playhouse. Great venue to see any kind of live theater.
Yeah, absolutely. I know starting tonight, as per COVID, we've opened up our snack bar again.
Okay,
dollar
good.
snacks, which are always great. It's a fantastic space. The acoustics are brilliant. I've worked at the Kanata Theatre. This is me returning after 10 years to this playhouse after going to different places. But this place feels like home. It is such a great community, and I think you really feel that when you walk in the doors.
Curtain goes up at what time?
7:30.
7:30 at the Ron Maslin Playhouse in Kanata. It is a wonderful venue to see any kind of live theater. The play is called Almost Maine, and I'd like to thank our guest, Nicholas Maillet. Break a leg, kid.
Hey, thank you very much.
More of Daytime coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere, folks.